Good morning,
Good morning,
classroom.
everybody.
Good morning, everyone. We are so happy to have you join us again for another awesome session with the Cobblestone Collective as we bring Minecraft live to you today. So we are excited. If you would right now, if you would drop in, and I don't know if you have this yet. First of all, we're going to play a game with you. Let's get started to get our brains going and just so that we're all on the same page. We're going to play a game called Name That Person. And guess what, students? It is okay if you do not know the answers. We're all here to learn and have fun. And I have my co host with me, Natasha, and I am Felisa, and we are bringing you greetings all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. So let's get started. So if you can, and I'll look at this link and hopefully it is in the chat for you. We want you to, sorry, you know that things will happen when you go live. That's a part of technology. So I am hoping I don't have issues here. We're having storms here in Atlanta. So keep your fingers crossed for me, guys, that it comes back up. I don't know what's going on with it.
We'll give it a second. And while that's coming up, the way that this is going to work, there's a link that we're going to provide for you. So if you were with us last month, you'll already be familiar with this process. It's a new link, so not the link from last month if you were with us then. But we're going to have a link that we're going to share with you. And in that link, there's going to be two lines, one for your first name and one for you to give us the answer to the question. So we're going to give you an image. We're going to share an image with you, and we want you to name the person. And so it's going to be super simple. If you're not familiar with the person, it's no worries whatsoever. You can take a guess. You can take an educated guess. Or if you are familiar with the person, you can tell us who that person is. And so we are going to get started with that. We know some of you are still getting set up and getting going. That's a-okay. There is the link there. So it's at http://thecc.page/T1. So you're going to go ahead and enter that into your browser.
And then first, make sure you tell us your name. Make sure you tell us your name. And also, guys, if you would, and I'm sorry, students, if you would, tell us if you're joining us from home or if you're joining us from a classroom. And if you're joining us from a school, give us your teacher's name. We would love to give a shout out to you and your classmates. Or if you're at home, we'd love to give a shout out to you and thank you for joining us. I'm sorry, Natasha.
No, you're fine. Tell us your grade level too. I know that's a lot of information to squeeze into that little box, but tell us your grade level too. And if you don't know who this person is, we are going to share who this person is with you today. You're going to learn all about this person and the good trouble that this person has caused.
Oh, so I see some names coming in. I see some names. Hi, Evan. Hi, McCall. Thank you so much for your answers. Absolutely, McCall. We are going to play as a big group in Minecraft. And Emmaline, he got it. Emmaline got it right. It is Emmaline Pankhurst, and we are going to meet her today. Aren't you excited? We're going to travel way back to the 1800s in Britain to meet her in England.
Yes. All right. That also Sorley has joined us as well from who wants us to get. So we have let's pause for just a second, Felisa. We have a shout out to Miss Evans. We have a shout out to Toronto, Canada. Fun fact: I used to live in Toronto. I spent some years in Stony Creek. Gian, good morning. We have another answer, Emmaline Pankhurst, Ms. Diamond's awesome grade 6s. Good morning, Amar. Oh, all these answers
they are coming in.
Hello, Sydney from Ms. Diamond's class. Shernick, good morning. Joshua, Ronan, Miss Corfield's class. Cadence, Hasham, Thean.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, students. We are so happy to have you with us. I cannot tell you how excited I am. All right, let's move on to the next person. You're going to meet this person also. She's a little bit younger than the first person that we met. And just know this is all about women's history, and we're going to show and share the power that women past and present have contributed and continue to contribute to society. So this is a younger activist. She got started probably around the age of 13. once again, in the chat, on this link rather, give us your name. And if you know this person, fine. If not, that is okay. You will know her after our lesson today.
And Felisa, we've already had some answers pop in. So Leah, grade 6, was our first answer to pop up with Malala. We have Emily and Penny who got it right. So a lot of our young scholars this morning know who this person is. Athena, Imam, Miss Shavenko's class, Namat, Mahanad, and Abdullah. Kennedy, good morning, everyone. Ashley in grade 6, Gian, Alyssa, Genesis, Zachary, everybody.
Oh my goodness, you guys, you all are making me so happy this morning. And I want to give a special shout out, Natasha, to Simon. He says he's working from home and his teacher is Miss Engel and he's in the 6th grade. So shout out to you, Simon.
Yes.
Happy to have you join us. All right, moving on. So if you were with us last month for Black History Month, this is kind of a gift to you because we introduced this person to you, this woman to you last month. So if you know, once again on this link, give us your name and tell us who this person is. She was an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, but she was also instrumental in integration in Nova Scotia. And I know Natasha got a kick out of my pronunciation of that last month.
And while we're waiting for those responses to come up, I would just like to shout out to Arpita. She says, he or she, I apologize, said that their teacher's name is Mrs. Wild, and they are looking forward to this exciting event. And I see several of our scholars this morning know who this is, Viola Desmond. So let's give shout outs to Lily and Zara and Mackenzie and Kennedy and let's see, Ryan and Jacob and Cynthia and Jack.
Oh, wow. You all are knocking it out the park. You came ready today. You are on your A game, and I'm so excited about it. All right, moving on. All right, this person is a little younger, an activist in the community, and if you know her, and she's a Calgary-based Jamaican Métis activist against anti-racism, a researcher. So she's also lobbied for Indigenous people's rights. She spoke at the G7 summit in 2018. So if you know who this person is, put her information in the chat. If you don't, that is okay. We will share her information. We'll give people a few seconds to get this information in. And if not, we will share in this. At the end of this lesson, you will have learned another awesome woman that you can speak of when you talk about women's history and especially Canadian women and their contributions to society.
Felisa, I think we may have stumped our audience.
Uh-oh.
I don't see any correct responses coming in yet. So this excites me. Somebody said that they know that she is an activist. That's all that they know, and that's okay.
That's quite all right.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and let you know who this person is. Her name is Larissa Crawford. Larissa Crawford.
Oh, Shernick got it right.
Yeah, okay, I saw that.
Right.
Shernick. Got it right. All right.
Fun fact, Felisa, that David has shared with us.
Okay.
Desmond is on a $10 bill.
Oh, that is awesome. So I need to get my hands on one so that I can see. I would love to have a copy of that $10 bill. All right, we are moving on to the next person. Now, this woman was the first and only Prime Minister for Canada. Does anyone know who she is? And once again, I can't wait to see. I know you all do because everyone is doing such a great job answering these questions and identifying these people. Natasha, do you see this? They already have answers coming in.
I see some responses coming in. I am waiting to see some of the correct responses coming in. I see people are super excited about playing Minecraft and learning some exciting things. We're almost there. Ruben said that they forgot this person's name. Jeffrey thinks this might be the queen. She does look like a queen. She does look kind of
Real
queenly.
regal, right? Real regal.
Yes.
So you're really close.
I see that Shernick is on it this morning. Shernick, I'm sorry, is on it this morning. There it is, Kim Campbell.
And Evan also. Yes, yes. This is Kim Campbell. So guys,
yes.
Let's move on to the next one.
Oh, Felisa, hold on before you do. I'm sorry. We just got a total influx of correct answers. So let me just give a few shout outs. They just all popped in at the same time. Let's see. Leah, Kennedy, Mia, and I'm not shouting everybody out because there's a million of them popping in here. Brooke, Buzz, Michaela, Taj. Nope, Taj guessed the queen. She does look very regal. Noelle, Narissa, let's see, McCall, Abel, I don't want to, it's a million of them, there's a couple more here. Zara, Cam, and Narissa. Good job, everyone.
Yes, you all are doing such an amazing job. All right, on to the next person. Can you identify this person? She is was the first Black woman elected to the Legislative Assembly in Ontario. And I know you all are joining from all over Canada. So if any of you are joining from Ontario, you may know this woman. If not, that is okay. This will be another name that you can put in your information box and be able to pull it out for future conversations so that you can impress people and show them how knowledgeable you are about women's history and Canadian women's history at that.
Yes, and I love that Mohammed and Abdullah are working together as a team. I love that they are working together. So I see some guesses coming in, a lot of good guesses coming in. So we'll see what pops up. And again, if you don't know, like Felisa said, if you don't know who these people are, that's okay. We can definitely put these people in our toolbox and do some further research on them. So as we continue to grow and learn, we learn more about these people. So let's see.
All right, so I will go ahead and let you know, this is Nana Akande. She was instrumental in the 2018 Women's Toronto March. So she's an activist, a politician. So just put that in your file cabinet.
And I see Gabriella was our first correct answer that popped in, and there are several others that are popping in as we speak. So definitely.
I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Diamond's awesome 6th grade class. They got it right as well. So you guys are rocking it out, rock stars this morning. You came ready. All right. So now let's move on. We're going to move to a different genre. We're going to talk about some singers or songwriters now. So this lady is from, let's see, where is she from? She's from Ontario. She's a singer. She goes by one name, and we might be dating ourselves, Natasha. She may be more of our era, of course, or the students' parents' era, maybe. So just take a wild guess. One name singer-songwriter from Ontario, Canada.
And we really like her here in the United States.
We do.
But she is from Canada. And
she's married to a former basketball player in the United States, Grant Hill, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes. And we're sharing all of these amazing women with you because these are amazing women that have done some amazing things in history. So we are getting ready to move into all things Minecraft, but we wanted to share these amazing women with you and the great things that they have done.
So
because it's Women's History Month.
Absolutely. This person, her name is Tamia. So just look her up if you have some downtime. All right. In that same genre or era, this is another Canadian-born singer. And when I tell you, I really, really love her music. And I went to see her show in Vegas, in the United States, Las Vegas. So can anyone name this person? She is from Quebec, born in Quebec. She's won a lot of awards.
Let's see, and I saw some correct answers popping in for Tamia, so a lot of people know who she was. So let's see. This is another awesome, amazing singer as well. So let's see if those answers. Oh, Celine Dion. Let's see. Leah from Miss O'Neill's class. McCall, Eric, Alina, Sophie, Christian. Lots of people know Celine Dion. I love it.
Yes, we love her. Very good. All right. And this is the last one. This female or this woman was the first.
I'm sorry, I just have to interrupt you. Leah's response, I can just hear her singing in Miss O'Neill's class right now. She said, "My heart will go on."
When I say we're with you on that. That's it. We love some Celine. Right. I could sing. If I could sing, I would sing all of her songs. All right, and the last one. This is the first female astronaut, first Canadian female astronaut and neurologist that was sent to space. Does anyone know who this woman is?
This would be as a person who loves science, this is another amazing, amazing woman in history that has done amazing, amazing things. Let's see.
Coming in.
Hello, Elijah. Good morning.
Yes, I see some.
Yes, Isabella got that right. All right,
Alina. Noelle got that right as well. Let's see. Brooke, grade 6. And Alyssa from Miss O'Neill's class. Several people. Abby. Thank you so much. You all are on it this morning. So we are going to continue with our lesson so that we can get you to Minecraft. And we just wanted to do this game with you just to get you in the spirit of celebrating Women's Herstory Month, because it's all about the woman, and we're bringing you the Minecraft edition of Women's Herstory. This is a play on history. Y'all catch that? So we're going to introduce you to 2 awesome women today and let you explore what they have done and how they have contributed to society as we know it today. So just before we get started, we're going to take a minute to introduce ourselves. I am your secret mission specialist, Felisa Ford, and I am from Atlanta, Georgia, USA.
And I'm Natasha Rachell, and I'm also from Atlanta, Georgia. So we're down south of you guys, and it's super rainy and gloomy here today.
All right, so we're going on a secret mission, so I hope you're ready. But before we get started, we want to just acknowledge that we are presenting today in from the traditional territory of the local Muskogee people, whose beautiful land on which we're able to teach, learn, explore, and grow, and share our passion for technology with you. So we'll just take a moment to reflect and acknowledge where we are.
Absolutely.
All right, we are representing the Cobblestone Collective. They are bringing all of these amazing Minecraft lessons and other amazing lessons to your classroom. So we're happy to join you in your classroom today, and we're thankful that you wanted to spend some time with us today. So we hope that we can share as much as we can about these women and also make it fun in Minecraft. But this is our agenda. We've already reviewed these terms. We're gonna get into the good trouble lessons. Natasha's going to be your guide for that. We're going to stock our inventory to make sure we're prepared for our journey, because these women are going to need our help. And I hope you have come ready to be an ally to help these women with their mission. So it's all about Women's Herstory, and these are lessons in good trouble. If you joined us last month, you know we got into some good trouble with some civil rights activists and all about Black history, but today is all about women's history. So some terms that we're going to focus on today, you're going to learn about empathy, and if you can, in the form, if you know the definition of any of these words, if you would put it in the form so that we know where we are. And if you don't know the definition, it is totally fine. We're going to talk about and learn about empathy and what it means to just have compassion and feel empathy or feel a connection to someone or their position or situation. We're going to also learn about equity and what that means and everyone getting the same thing. And equity and equality are two different things. Equity means everyone gets the same exact thing. Equality means people get what they need so that they are, I guess, at their best for that situation. It may not be the exact same thing, but they get what's best for them. We're also going to talk about inclusion, which means that we think everyone should be included or belong. So, and we're going to focus on gender bias and how that impacts women negatively sometimes, and gender equality. So that's all. I know that's a lot, but you'll see how it all works in these lessons.
So Felisa, before you move on, we just have some people that are in our forum. So Ryan says that empathy is putting yourself in other people's shoes. Zara would like to contribute to empathy and share that it's the ability to understand and share the feelings of people. Let's see. Vanille says to feel like helping people in need. I'm sorry. Ali says equity means when everything is fair for everyone. Ronan says, I feel empathy and equity. I think that's amazing. Leah in Miss O'Neill's class says inclusion is being included no matter the person. I love that. Kamali in grade 7 says that inclusion is including everyone. Taj says that I think empathy means that you can understand someone's emotions. Malahat from Miss Diamond's class says that equity means everyone gets treated the same. So just some additions to add to your definitions there from our students.
Very good. And you know what, Natasha, this makes me feel that we are in very good hands because we have some students who are already understanding what it means to be present for others. So that is amazing.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's see. When I needed to, sorry, I want you to hear this. I need to share, make sure that I am sharing my sound. I'm sorry, guys. Natasha, you want to keep talking while I share my sound?
Sure. I'll keep talking about some more of those definitions. Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
So let's see. Tia says that inclusion is always inviting people to your games and not leaving anyone out. Kennedy says that gender equality is when every gender has the same rights. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. I love that. Was like the perfect segue.
All right.
Oh, you ready? Oh, well, that was perfect because we're going to. Who was that? Kennedy? Kennedy, you just set the bar right where we needed it to be. That was perfect.
All right. So let's watch this video.
Jeg heter Selma. Og jeg heter Martin. Jeg heter Ask. Jeg heter Victoria. Jeg heter Lars. Og jeg heter Felisa.
Nå har jeg en liten jobb til dere. Jeg tenkte dere skulle putte de blå ballene i den ene vasen og de rosa i den andre.
Okay. Skal vi ta rosa i den og blå i den da? Nei. Omvendt. Blå i den.
Nå skal dere få belønninger.
Hva er dette for noe? Hva er dette for noe?
Ok, og nå skal dere åpne øynene.
Oi!
Jeg fikk Molly, grunnen til at du har fått mindre enn Thomas, det er faktisk fordi du er jente.
Det er kjemperart. Det er bra. Skikkelig urettferdig.
Hva tenker du, Felisa?
Vi jobber til, så får vi ikke det samme. Men du er flink at vi ikke får like mye.
Hvorfor det?
Fordi blir det urettferdig. Det er liksom ikke forskjell på jente og gutt da. Nei. Nå har vi det ikke mer. Nå har vi det ikke mer.
All right, so I hope that this visual made it plain to you, or you were able to see the differences in how women and men are sometimes treated. And I would love to see or hear your thoughts. And if we could get you just in the chat, just to give us your take on what you saw and what you think about that before we get ready to go on our top secret mission, because we want you to keep that in mind as we get ready to go on this mission, because we're going to have to help some women with some of these issues on our mission.
Absolutely. It's super important that you understand the meaning behind that video as we move into our top secret mission. As you saw in the video, boys and girls and men and women sometimes a long time ago and even today are not treated fairly or treated the same. And so it's super important that you have that background knowledge as we move forward into our Minecraft world today, so that as you are working with our Good Trouble allies, you're working as an ally for Good Trouble, you understand why that's important.
And I see a lot of good comments coming in. You all are just really on it this morning. Sophia said girls are allowed to do the same things as boys no matter what. And Ronan said equality and inclusion are great. There are no differences in between genders. And Roha from Miss Wild's class said that they like this video. So we are glad. So let's get ready for our mission, guys. All right, so this is Mission Impossible, and you've been selected for a top secret mission. Allies are needed, and an ally is a friend or someone who stands up in support of someone else who may need their help. So we need allies for this mission. We selected you because you possess a very select set of special skills, and the skills that you have will help make sure that boys and girls, men and women are treated equally. Do you accept your mission? And we need to hear you, so we need you to tell us this. Do you accept your mission? You can put it in the link, but we also need to hear it. So you need to just shout out if you accept this mission, because we can't go further unless everyone is on board.
All right, so on the count of 3, if you accept your mission, say yes. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear him, Felisa?
I heard them. All right, so we are ready to go. Let's keep it moving then. All right, so our first mission, we are going to London, England. We're going to help this woman that we introduced you to in the beginning slides, and her name is Emmaline Pankhurst. But before we do that, we have to get a few things together. So just get ready, pay attention so that you know what you're going to need for this mission. Yeah, we're getting ready to go to the airport. We're getting ready to travel to England. But before we do that, we have to make sure that we have everything ready so that we're successful on our mission. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that you have Minecraft ready on your device. You should have had it downloaded already. So your teachers were able to help you get it downloaded on your device. Now, we need you to go ahead and open up Minecraft. And you're going to sign in with Minecraft. Once you open it, you select the Minecraft icon on your device and select sign in. And then when you get to this screen, you're going to enter your school email address or whatever account you use at school to get into your Microsoft accounts. That's the same email address that you'll use to get into Minecraft. And for those of you that may be at home or playing it in the consumer edition of Bedrock, you also have access to these Good Trouble lessons as well, because we don't want to leave anyone out. We want to be inclusive of all students so they can have access to these Good Trouble lessons. All right, it'll take a couple more seconds. Once you log in, then you are going to select play. Once you get to that screen, select play. And we're just going to wear the same skins we have when it comes up, because we don't want to take from the mission, because these women need us immediately. So we have to make sure that we get to them as quickly as possible. So we're going to go ahead and select play. Now, once you get into the Minecraft world, once it opens up, you're going to select View Library. And when you click that button, it will bring you to your lessons, screen for your lessons. You click that, and then you're going to scroll down until you see this image that says Equity and Inclusion. And once you get into that, the Equity and Inclusion lessons, you should see the Lessons in Good Trouble. And this is what we want you to select, Lessons in Good Trouble. All right, so I'll leave this on the screen for a couple more seconds while everyone gets to where they need to be, because we can't leave any of our allies behind. Everyone is needed on this mission.
Once you're in there, just wait for directions, further directions from us. We've got to tell you where we need you to go, because there's kind of like 7 worlds built into one. And so we're going to direct you specifically to certain ones. So if you'll just wait for us for just a second.
Just a second. All right, so once you get in there, this is what you need to do. Remember, you need to select creative mode. It is so important that you select creative mode. And you can get to this by clicking the escape button if you're on a desktop, or you may be able, if you're on an iPad, I think you can just click on the settings, or there may be a pause, but you can click on the settings. Once you click on settings, this will bring you to this drop down, and we want you to select creative for your default game mode. For your personal game mode, we want you to select creative, and for difficulty, peaceful, because we need to make sure that we have all the resources we need, and creative mode gives us all of the tools we need for our toolbox. All right, so just a couple of more seconds, and then I'm turning it over to your special agent, Dr. Natasha, who will guide you through this mission. All right, so Natasha, I'm just going to tell them what they need and I guess you can once you get in there. But guys, you're going to get ready to stack your inventory. You're going to need your book and quill, a camera, and you're going to need a board. And Special Agent Natasha can show you what you need. At this point, I am going to stop sharing, and she is going to take you into this world.
All right, I am going to turn off my camera just to save a little bit of bandwidth, but I am going to share Minecraft right here. Do you see my screen, Felisa?
I do.
All right, so everybody should have, I'm going to move your little face up there, Felisa, and stretch my Minecraft screen out just a little.
Okay.
Everybody should be in the Good Trouble lobby right now. So when you're in the Good Trouble lobby, you'll notice if you look around, if you were with us last month, this looks really familiar. If you're with us for the first time today, this will look brand new, but you will notice that there are several different NPCs or different characters that are here. But we are going to focus on 2 of them today. And the first one that we are going to focus on is Emmaline Pankhurst. But before we go to England, before we fly off and transport to England, there's a few things that we need. So we are going to need to stock our inventory with a few things first. And in order to get to our inventory, if you are on a laptop or a computer, you are going to hit the E button to pull up your inventory. If you're on an iPad, I should know how to get to your inventory, but I assume that you all know how to get to your inventory. So I'm going to default to my iPad users for that. The first thing that you're going to want to grab is your camera. So just go ahead in the search box and type camera. Once you have it, go ahead and grab it and bring it down to your hotbar. So you're just going to click it and bring it down. You all are Minecraft experts, so I'm sure you already know how to do this. And so I'm probably, just a term that we like to say, preaching to the choir. You all already know how to do this. The other thing that you're going to want to grab is called a book and quill. So I'm going to type in book. And it's this, actually, let me go ahead and drop this down so we can have a free mouse here. It's this one here that has the book and the little feather, the book and the quill. Go ahead and grab that and bring it down to your hotbar as well. That's going to allow us to do some journaling and have a place to put our images and our pictures, okay? Another thing that we want to grab, because we are going to have to name a certain thing, I don't want to spoil it for you yet, we are going to grab a board. So if you just type in board, go ahead and click that and drag that down to your hotbar as well. Okay, so your camera, your book and quill, and a board. Everybody should have those three things. Okay, once you have those three things in your inventory, you can go ahead and close your inventory, and we're going to come over here. Again, we're in our lobby. We're going to come over here to our right, over here to Emmaline Pankhurst. She's over here, and above her is going to say women's suffrage. So we're going to come over here to her, and we are going to right click on her to talk to her. And it says, in the early 1900s, I was one of the leaders of a movement that shaped the idea that women deserved the right to vote in the United Kingdom. Come back to 1918 London with me to learn about our achievement. And if we have any students, and I just want to give a shout out to Iman, thank you so much. So if you are on an iPad, you're going to click on the three dots on the bottom for your inventory if you're on an iPad. Thank you very much. If you are a student that needs if you need the computer or the iPad to read to you, Immersive Reader is built in right here. You can go ahead and click that and it will read the text out loud to you. I just wanted to point that out in case anybody needs some assistance with that. So down here, we're going to go ahead and click London 1918, and it's going to transport us all the way to London, England. Okay. So now we are in old Victorian England from the 1800s, and I just want you to take a look around. Don't be too worried with the mission yet. I just want you to take a look around. I want you to look at the buildings. I want you to look at the architecture. I want you to notice the smoke in the sky coming out of the factories. I want you to notice the gardens. So if you come back around here, we have Emmaline here talking to John Lewis, and John Lewis is our tour guide through all of these Good Trouble lessons. You can do some further research on John Lewis at a later time, but for the purposes of today, let's go ahead and click on John Lewis. Oops, let me get a little bit closer, and let's see what he has to say. He says, now I'd like to introduce you to Emmaline Pankhurst, who was a catalyst for Good Trouble in London way back in the early 1900s. The founder of the Women's Franchise League, she helped to organize and lead the women's suffrage movement, which helped white British women win the right to vote. So back in the early 1900s, women did not have the right to vote. And if we think way back in the early 1900s, specifically, we're talking about white British women. So Black women like Felisa and myself, we didn't even earn the right to vote until much, 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 much later. And so think about way back in the early 1900s, over 100 years ago, a long time ago. Specifically, even white women didn't have the right to vote back then. So white men could vote, but white women could not vote back then. So let's go ahead and click the continue button, and let's go ahead and come up here and click on Emmaline and see what she has to say. She says, hi, John. I advocated for married women to have the right to vote. I also helped to establish the Women's Social and Political Union. We protested through hunger strikes. We sometimes engaged in physical confrontations for the purpose of the movement. We used to pronounce it suffragette movement because we intended to get the vote, and we did. Now, Felisa is smiling. I see the smile on her face.
I am, because when I say Emmaline Pankhurst, she did not believe in the idea that women should be seen and not heard. Oh no, she was not having it. They got physical. They had hunger strikes. They were put in jail for their beliefs because she truly believed that women should be treated the same as men and should have the right to vote. And they did whatever they needed to make sure that women earned those rights. So that's why I laugh all the time. I was like, Emmaline she was about it.
She was. I mean, they were not the quiet type of women. She was in the movement with her daughters. They fought with her. And she had been known to, break some glass buildings and glass windows in buildings. If you click on this Learn More button here, don't do it. But if you do, it will take you to some external resources outside of Minecraft to learn more. But we're going to click Continue. Now, this is your mission. Are you ready for your mission? Around here, there are 8 people that you need to secure the vote from. 8 people, okay? So what I'm gonna do you see right here where this little tiny word activity is, right here? Let's scroll, let's come over here, so you guys should be following along with me. We're gonna come in here to this little garden, and we're gonna take a look around and notice what we see. So we see a lot of men. Do you guys notice this? There's a lot of men. So we're looking for this yellow bean. This tells us there's an activity here. Let's come and click on Emmaline Pankhurst. The women of London can now vote. So this is after she has done all of her hard work. She has fought the good fight, and she
protested
and won the right for women to vote. Share the good news with the women of our city and let them know their voice can now be heard. After you talk to all 8 of them, the London gates shall open. So what do you have to do? You are going to go around Victorian England. So here's an easy one right here, Rebecca. We're going to come up to this woman, Rebecca, right here. She says, vote, you say. I thought I saw a lass or 2 in that queue. I'm going to finish my drink and march right over to cast my vote. So that's 1. And you'll notice over here on the right side of your screen, it says that I have now talked to Rebecca. So I still have to find Flora, Jennifer, Emma, Hortense, Charlene, Hannah, and Mary. I'm going to tell you that there are 2 that are kind of hidden, and it might take you a little while. So we're going to give you about 5 to 7 minutes to see if you can find all 8 of these women and collect their votes. Talk to them about the right to vote. So you have about 5 to 7 minutes, and once you have found all of them, all 8 of them, come back to that form and let us know that you found them. And once we have a good number in there, we will move forward. So while you're finding your 8, I'm going to find my 8.
All right, your mission has started. I see we have some students that have finished and are finished, and you are all rocking it out. You're finding these votes and helping women get their right to vote.
Still got to find 2 more.
So there was a question, does Emmaline count as the 8th? No, she is separate from the 8 additional women that we need to help get their votes, if that helps you.
So if you look over to the right side of your screen, you will see all of their names. Now, I know Mary's over here somewhere. Just gotta find her. Nope. There she is.
I'll say Mary is tough. I believe she was really hiding. She didn't know if she wanted to vote or not.
Yes. So once you have found all of them, you get this awesome "you did it" symbol. And once you have found all 8, I want you to find the green beam, this green beam where John Lewis is here. I'm gonna pause here and wait for some more of you to finish. And for those of you that have finished, go ahead and find one of the women. It could even be Emmaline, and take a picture using your camera of one of the women so we can have it to put inside of our book and quill.
All right, Natasha, I think our first mission is coming to an end.
All right, so let me actually get I'm going to take a picture of Rebecca since she's right here. So I am going to hit the 1 there, and oh, let me come up to her. Oh, Okay, come on, Tasha. There. Here we go. Come on, I don't want my board. I want my, oh. So students, you can see you guys are definitely the Minecraft.
We do not claim to be experts. We know you all are the experts.
Okay, someone tell me, how do I get my inventory and my things back on my screen?
If you're trying to get the cameras back, you can just walk up to them and grab them.
No, how do I get my inventory and my, like, how do I get all of my my commands back on my screen?
Okay, so you can, let me see, press the H to see if that will bring up, or the escape. I think that's where you hide the commands or bring them up. Oh no.
One of my secret agent students. Someone tell me, how do I get my commands back on the screen?
Hold on just a minute.
F1. Who was that? Who is that? Michelle? Girl power. I love you. All right, let me go ahead and.
When I say that's why we have Girls Who Game and Girls Who Code and just all of that. This superpower.
Yes. All right. So let's go ahead. So everybody take a picture with one of the females. Awesome. Awesome. Our Atharva, shout out to you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward. We're going to come over here. If you can fly down the end of this street, go ahead and hit your space bar 2 times. If you're on a computer, fly down to the end of this street. And
Natasha, before we do that, let me just give some clarification. For the students, if you took a picture back there in England, once you take a picture, it will automatically go into your portfolio. So yes, it should create a portfolio for you, but if not, you can go to your inventory and add a portfolio to your hotbar as well.
All right, go ahead and fly all the way down to the end of this street. Once you have flown down to the end of the street, go ahead and drop down to the ground there and walk up to John Lewis here on the stairs. We are going to transport back to, I'm all the way close to John Lewis here. We're going to go ahead and go back to our lobby. And while we're here, we're just going to take a mindful minute break. Okay. So we know that you all have been sitting for a long time. We're going to have everybody, I feel like I should stop sharing for just a second. I'm going to come back to Teams here. I'm going to hit my stop sharing button. I'm going to turn my camera back on. Am I sharing still? I feel like I am. Nope, it's on you, Felisa. We can't hear you though, you're muted.
Okay, so we see you, Natasha, I see you. But what I want you to do, and everyone, all of our students, we are taking a break because we just finished our first mission. So we need to get mentally back ready and physically back ready for our next mission because it's going to be a lot harder. So I want everyone to stand up. You're going to stretch it out, stretch it out. And you can go to the side, to the left, because you may have gotten tight. Then we're going to sit down, and I want you to roll your neck because you may have been looking at your device, slumped over. So we're going to roll our neck to one side. Now let's go in the opposite direction. The opposite direction. All right, and we're going to just think positive thoughts because we have to help this next woman with her mission. So to do that, I want us to extend our arms out to our side. And I want us to give ourselves a big hug and say, you did a great job on this first mission. I know you're going to do well on the second mission. And are you ready? I think we've gotten our minds ready. So Natasha, we're going to turn it back over to you. I think we are ready for our next mission. Let's go ahead. I want to share my screen really fast so that I can make sure that everyone is where they need to be in this next mission.
Okay.
All right, so we did our mindful break. And this was all about Mission Impossible. So the first mission is over and we still need all of our allies with us. So now we're getting ready to travel to Pakistan. And you're going to meet a young lady who is instrumental in fighting for girls' education. And Special Agent Natasha, are you ready for this mission?
I am ready for this mission. Students, are you ready for this mission? Felisa, are you ready for this mission?
I am ready. So students, let us know if you will click that link and let us know if you're ready for this mission. We're traveling to Pakistan. So we need everyone on board because Malala definitely needs our help because her village has been demolished. Her school has been demolished. So she needs our help. Are you all in? Please let us know in the chat. Let us know or shout it out loud on the count of 3. Natasha, this is your thing.
1, 2, 3, yeah!
They are ready, they are ready. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
All right.
Stop sharing.
All right, the other thing I want you to do, just because we are all on our devices all day and because we are playing Minecraft, I want you to make sure that your fingers are ready to go too. So give yourself like a little fingery massage and take your fingers and just give them like a little bend back, extend your arms and do like a little bend back. Make sure your fingers are ready to go. There we go. Stretch out this muscle, these tendons and ligaments down here. Go ahead and give them a nice little stretch because this next mission is going to require you to build a school. So I'm super excited for this one. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera once again just to save a little. Oh, I got to share my screen first. What am I doing? I've got to be my little secret agent. I've got to get it together. There we go. All right. So I'm sharing my screen. There we go. So everybody should be back in our lobby. So we clicked at the end of that street. We clicked on John Lewis and we came back to our lobby. Okay. So we already came over to our right and we talked to Emmaline Pankhurst and we went and helped her collect the women's vote. And we learned about Emmaline and the good trouble that she caused, which was good trouble. Even though she got into a little bit of bad trouble, she did in the end end up causing good trouble and got women the right to vote in England. Some women the right to vote. We're going to come over here to the left this time and we're going to come over here to where it says equal education for all, and this is Malala, okay? And we are going to click on Malala, and here it says we're going to visit the Swat Valley in Pakistan, where the Taliban has taken control. The year is 2008. So guys, this was not that long ago, students. This was 2008 may seem like a long time ago to you all, but it really was not that long ago. And so the year is 2008 and the extremists had banned many things from playing music to owning televisions. And so they had a lot of laws and rules that were in place. And they also said that girls could no longer go to school. So for all of our young ladies that are with us today, can you imagine if there was a law that was passed in your country right now that said you could no longer go to school? Crazy to think about that. And so Malala thought this was wrong and she decided to speak out about it. And she made this decision when she was somebody that was your age. Okay, so we're going to click on this button here that says Pakistan 2012. So we're going to go to Pakistan in 2012, which again was just 9 years ago. And so a lot of you guys were alive when this happened. So we see this green beam. That means that we're in the right place. So we have John Lewis here. So let's go ahead and right click on John Lewis. And he wants you to meet Malala Yousafzai. and I'm probably butchering the correct pronunciation of her last name, so please forgive me for that. Malala believes that everyone should have an equal right to an education. Girls, just like boys and just like women and just like men, everybody should all have equal rights. The good trouble she began in 2012 has been an inspiration to people all around the world. So now let's click on Malala and see what she has to say. She says, "Thank you so much, Congressman Lewis. When I was a teenager, the Taliban made it illegal for girls to get an education here. I was attacked for speaking out about this injustice. Since then, many have joined my movement to fight for the right of every child to receive an education. In 2014, I won the Nobel Peace Prize for my efforts." So we're going to go ahead and click continue. And we're just going to take a look around. So let's just see what we see. Let's notice the differences from when we were in England to what we see here in Pakistan. So let's notice the landscaping. Let's notice the differences, and you will notice like the building there in the background. Remember, I shared with you earlier that there's kind of 7 different worlds built into this one. So let's make sure that we're staying in Pakistan and not kind of roaming off to the other ones. So let's make sure we're staying here. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and scroll over. I know Emily is going to love that part right there. We're going to come over here and find our yellow beam. So don't worry about the purple trees there. Let's come over here. And let's just take,
what is that truck there? Oh, I think those might be UN workers.
yes, so we have our UN, our United Nations workers here. So let's come over here. We'll notice that John Lewis is here with our United Nations workers. So let's go ahead and click on him. So he is thanking Malala for all of her work and efforts, and this is going to take you to another world. So don't click on any of these buttons here because that's going to take you to the next world down there. But right here is a truck, the United Nations truck, and the United Nations was brought in to help keep peace and to help kind of restore organization and rebuild the schools and the things that were destroyed here once the Taliban came in and destroyed everything. So those are these people here in these blue hats and these army fatigues here. Okay, so if you look here, this building right here where Malala is, this is her school that was destroyed. So Malala was attacked on, she was on a school bus getting ready to go to school. And because she spoke out about the injustice and the lack of equity, lack of equality of girls being able to go to school, she was on her bus getting ready to go to school, and the Taliban came on the bus and attacked her. And they attacked her really, really badly. And I will leave it up to your teachers and your parents to do some further research with you guys on that. Depending what grade level you all are in. And she was in the hospital, and she still continued to fight. She really, really, really wanted to continue her education. She really wanted to fight for the rights of girls to be able to continue to go to school. And so her school was also attacked. Her school was also destroyed. So you can see here, look, there's no roof. If we go in here, you can see there's no desks. Everything is destroyed. So you have a mission to rebuild this school, okay? If we click on the chest right here, you're going to notice that you have all kinds of building supplies. So you can take any of these, put them in your inventory, put them in your hot bar. Go ahead, and you want to keep that because you're going to have to name your school. So keep your board, because we want you to put a board out in front of the school and name your school when you're finished. But you have all kinds of blocks, you have sandstone, you have concrete, you've got crafting tables, bookshelves, you've got all kinds of things to go ahead and rebuild this school. So we're going to give you about 15 minutes to go ahead and rebuild this school as best as you can. In that length of time, and so you have free reign and you have supplies and tools to go ahead and do so.
And
so
we want it to be a state-of-the-art school, guys. Just in your whatever you can imagine, we want that school to be the best school ever for these girls in this community because they deserve it. You can build a 2-story school, however you want, have all types of innovation in the school. You are only limited by your imagination because you have all the resources right there in front of you.
Yes. So go ahead and build your school, and I'm going to be over here attempting to rebuild mine. Okay.
And this is a no judgment zone.
Thank you, Felisa.
So everyone, just remember to get all of your resources from the chest that you need to build your school. Make sure you get your board. Make sure you keep your board because you're going to name your school after you've created it. So you still have all of this time, about 14 minutes, to build this state-of-the-art school.
If you need more space, I just want to point out, if you come behind the school, there's a lot more empty space back there. You can come back there and add to your school. Maybe you want to add an additional room as well.
Okay, special agents, you have about 2 minutes to finish building your school. When you finish, make sure that you name your school. Also, make sure you take a picture of your school because you want to be able to show Malala what you have created, the school that you've recreated for the students in the village. And then you can post in that link that you're done, and then we'll debrief about this mission. You have been amazing, and you're such amazing allies. I see that we have some of our agents have completed their mission. We have 1 minute for the remainder of this mission, and we will debrief so that we can help other communities who need our help. All right, thank you, Special Agent Natasha. I think this mission is complete, and we can go ahead and start our debrief with our agents.
Thank you very much. I am going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. There we go.
All right, sounds great. So everyone did such an amazing job with this, helping Malala and her village rebuild. So what we want you to do right now, we're going to take you out, and you can do this on your own, but our next steps for you is to learn more about Malala and her work. And so you can go to malala.org, and we will make sure you get this address, this URL. But when you come to the malala.org, if you can in your browser right now, if you'll follow me, go to malala.org, and when you get to her page, I want you to go to the Our Work section. And we're going to come down here. When we get to the Our Work section, we're going to see what current work is going on, what they are doing, and how they are building schools. They build networks and how they're working with other countries. Just take a look through all of this and see what they're doing in other countries around the world. They're delivering tangible, targeted geographies, helping other countries. They're working in Afghanistan, Brazil, Ethiopia, and we'll just take a look at one of the countries where they're currently helping to rebuild. So let's look at Nigeria, where they said 60% of girls make up 60% of all of out-of-school children in Nigeria at the primary level. So 60% of girls in Nigeria at the primary level do not go to school. So Malala and her fund and her allies are all helping with making sure that girls around the world have access to schools. And so it says Nigeria accounts for 45% of all out-of-school children in West Africa, with over 10 million out-of-school children. So that's a lot. And girls account for 60% of the 10 million students who are out of school. So just take a look to see how they're working with countries and other allies across multiple countries and making sure that girls and all students have access to education and an equal education. So this is your next mission, just to explore where your services are needed and how you can work with Malala and her fund. Maybe you can write a letter to have just say that you stand with them, or whatever you want to do. You can further Malala's story, or you can go study girls' education. So we're going to wrap up our mission. And you can even write about this in your book and quill. You can write about Malala and her story. So we're going to reflect on this now. What did you experience today in this Women's Her Story lesson? What were your feelings? Connect with either of these activists or the changes that they were trying to make in their world. And you can just add your response in the form. We would love to hear from you, but for your reflection in your book and quill, this is what we want you to do. We want you to come up with a 6-word story and share it with us in the Microsoft form that you have, but also in your book and quill. And so we've already come up with our 6-word story. We took a picture of Malala and Emmaline Pankhurst, and one that we didn't get to, Rosa Parks. But our 6-word story is, women are powerful, courageous, and strong. And we would love to hear your 6-word story. So if you have a 6-word story as you reflect, put it in this form for us. Put your name, your class, and your 6-word story. We want to hear your thoughts as you reflect on your emotions and feelings about what these women did and making a difference for others.
And we're going to highlight and share some of those 6-word stories. And that's how we're going to close out today. This is always so fun when we're able to jump in and share these Good Trouble lessons with all of you. And I just want to give a shout out to Taj. Taj finished rebuilding the school and built 4 stories. I'm just so excited that you all jumped in and just embraced rebuilding that school. And I know you guys love to play Minecraft, so that just makes me so excited. I know it makes Felisa super excited as well. And we know it's hard to put your thoughts into 6 words. This was a lot to soak in. We hope that not only did you have fun playing Minecraft today, but that you learned a little something about Emmaline Pankhurst and about Malala, and that you are encouraged to do more research and to get your parents and your teachers and your guardians to help you research some more and learn more about just amazing women in history. It is Women's History Month, and so learn more about women and girls that are doing amazing, amazing things.
Right, and share your knowledge with your friends. Maybe you can give them some information that they didn't know about these amazing women that you learned about today, and do more research, as Natasha said. So we're going to, as you're working on your 6-word story, we're going to just make some of those Canadian connections about continued women in history who had Canadian connections. So if you're looking at the screen, this is Mary Ann Shad Kerry, who was the first Black newspaper woman in North America, but she gave a voice to Black people in Canada, and that was in 1853. We also have Dr. Emily Stowe, who became the first Canadian woman physician to practice in Canada. So she was the first Canadian doctor to practice in Canada, based on the history that we found. We also have Clara Brett Martin, who was admitted to the bar as Canada's first woman lawyer in 1897. So these were courageous women who weren't scared to be the first in their field. And of course, this is a picture of the first female officers who served with the Canadian Army, the Medical Corps, during the First World War. So these were just a few. There are so many that we haven't even gotten to. So and we talk about this, and I don't think we're going to have time for this.
Yeah. I would just like to share, we have a couple of those 6-word stories that have come in, and I think this is a great place to share just a couple, and then we can end it there. Ariba says, Malala is brave, Emmaline is strong, girls are equal. And Joshua says, women should be treated with respect. And I think that's a great place to to stop. I think those are two very strong, amazing 6-word stories that just fill me with just joy and admiration for the powerful things that women are able to do, that girls are able to do. Malala was so young and stood up for the rights of education for girls everywhere. And what she did at such a young age has rippled across the world. So you don't have to be old to make change. You don't have to be a certain age or a certain gender or a certain color or a certain ethnicity to make change.
Or famous. These were ordinary people, and that's what we want to get across. These were people just like us, everyday people who just decided to say something, do something to make a difference.
Absolutely. So with that, your teachers and your parents or guardians are going to share next steps with you for moving forward for Women's History Month and other lessons in good trouble. So definitely look to them for your next steps for today. So they will share those with you. And if there's anything that Cobblestone Collective can do for our teachers, parents, and guardians, please reach out to them. It has been our pleasure to be with you all today. And if there's anything that we can do for you going forward, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, students. You were absolutely amazing. You all are rock stars, and we appreciate you and all of your support and your engagement. Have a great day.